Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Agnes. Today I'm going to be talking about my and my husband's relationship and why did I actually get married to an Indian man. I'm not too sure whether you've ever seen my videos before. If you haven't, then let me just briefly explain that on my channel I do talk about my and my husband's relationship because I am Polish and my husband is Indian, and we have been married for nearly 13 years now and been together for pretty much 14 years. So on my channel I talk about our relationship, and we sometimes get together and talk about things that relate to us and things that may be of interest to some of you. Some of you might wonder, why would I, being Polish, being brought up in Poland, having Polish parents and being brought up in a Polish culture, why did I decide to marry an Indian man who is obviously from such a different culture to my culture? Why could I just not go ahead and marry a Polish man? And it's not something that has happened because I planned to happen. It's something that happened spontaneously because when I met my husband, it wasn't like, oh wow, he's Indian, I need to marry him. It wasn't like that. It was just a matter of me getting to know him, and in a very short time, he has proven to me that he is the man that I want to marry. And it wasn't the case of him saying, listen, you're gonna marry me, I'm gonna prove to you why you want to marry me. It was more of a me getting to know him getting to know me. We were both at the same page. We were quite young at this time because I was only 23 years old and he was 24 years old. So we were still both very young, but we were very much into the same thing. So he was wanting to get married, he was looking for a partner for life, and so was I, although I wasn't sure whether he's going to be the one at the very beginning, but we were kind of both wanting the same things. When I started to see my husband, we both kind of fell in love with each other, and obviously look was very much an important part of it. I found his looks extremely attractive. You must have heard about tall, dark and handsome, and this is exactly what my husband fitted into. You know, he's very exotic to me. Like, obviously in Poland you're gonna find probably the stereotype man is of a blonde hair and blue eyes, and I'm not saying I don't like blue eyes. I love blue eyes. I always blame my mum, why did you not pass blue eyes on to me, because she's got blue eyes, because I think they're amazing and I find them really gorgeous. As I started to get to know him, his personality has 100% matched his looks. Not only he was gorgeous and handsome, he was also very caring, very loving, family orientated, but I want to talk about those things as well. So when we met, one of the things that my husband was talking to me about was his friends, who at this point in time had 2 young boys. So he's introduced me to them, and quite often we used to go to their house and spend time with them because my husband really liked the family union. And this was one thing that really got me attracted to him because I saw how good he was with the boys. He was showering them with love and he was really caring to them, and I saw this as a very good father figure. So I knew he's going to be absolutely amazing father, which happened to be the case, and I was not wrong there. But you know, to me this was important, that he was really family orientated, and to him family was very important, and he wanted to have a big family. And I did want to get married and have children sooner rather than later. So I wasn't one of these women that wanted to have a house first and then establish a career before they think about having children. No, to me the very important thing is to fall in love with a man that I truly love, and with a man that can provide for me and my kids and have children together. As much as I wasn't desperate for it, this was something that was more important to me than, you know, having career and everything else behind it. Another thing that really got me attracted to him was that he was very caring, loving, and kind of paying compliments all the time. And obviously I didn't know whether this is gonna remain the same forever. As a woman, you do feel like you want to have a man that completely adores you, right? That the man that finds you so attractive, and you wanted to make sure that you, the woman, in the eyes of your husband, is the most beautiful woman in the world. We all find things in our bodies or in ourselves that we don't like so much, but it is important that the way your husband looks at you, or the way he makes you feel that he looks at you, like you are the most beautiful woman in the world. And this is how my husband made me feel all the time till today. I know that in his eyes, I am the most beautiful woman in the world. And to some people may think, oh, this is very shallow that you think that way. I must disagree, because I think every woman wants to feel pretty and wants to feel loved. And this is exactly what my husband makes me feel like. And 12 years into relationship, and this is exactly like it was when we first met. Another thing that I really loved about my husband, or something that made me sure that he will stick with me and he'll be very faithful, was that he is a very loyal person. And I know this comes within the culture. Indian men stick with their wives forever. They get married, they don't believe in divorces, they don't want to separate. Obviously it happens nowadays, and you know, back in the days, I think Indian culture was a lot into arranged marriage. But even with the arranged marriages, and not often it happened that couples split or divorced, because not only the women would have been frowned upon, but also it just would not look nice and people talk about it. So Indian people would stick together forever. To him, the divorce would be ultimate a failure, and I feel exactly the same way. If we ever was to split, it would have to be absolutely the last resource that we would have gone for. I know that my husband would do everything to fix our relationship as opposed to breaking it. Another thing that was very attractive to me was that my husband had his priorities right. So he wasn't one of those boys that, you know, I'm gonna have a girlfriend and at the same time I'm gonna go clubbing and I'm gonna have my friends and I'm gonna have everything that I want in the world. Because some boys can be like that at a young age. They kind of care less and they think, you know, they want to have everything at the same time or all at once, right? My husband was very much into, I know that the minute he started dating me or we started going out together, he kind of, and I'm not saying he separated from his friends and he completely forgotten about it. He still had this time where he, you know, had his friends, but he kind of made sure that we do it together, that we got to see our friends together and we made mutual friends during the time that we've been together. But I know that he really wanted to make sure that I feel that I am the most important person in his life. And also he worked really, really hard to make sure that we will step on the property ladder, because to him, having a roof over our head was a very important thing. 2 years into our marriage, we managed to step on the property ladder. So his priorities were straight, you know, he needed to work, he knew he has to work, and he worked really, really hard so to make sure that he can provide the roof over our heads. I just want to do a little disclaimer here. Obviously, all that I've described about Indian men is based on my own experiences. I'm not too sure whether every single man is like that, but I was talking about my Indian man and the men that I've married, and I could not be happier. At this point in time, we've got 3 children, we've been married for nearly 13 years, and I am very, very happy. So if you are wondering whether to marry an Indian man or not, I would say go for it, but obviously don't blame me later if that doesn't work out for you, because obviously it takes 2, right? So you both have to be equally committed, you both have to be into each other, and you both have to have the same things that you want in your life, right? So this is why I married my man, but why do you want to marry your man? You have to figure it out yourself. I hope you guys found this video interesting. Please let me know in the comments below. Maybe you're the one that is wondering at the moment, should I marry Indian men or not? And I hope this video did kind of give you a little bit of incentive to kind of give them benefit of a doubt, because sometimes it is difficult. We got married 8 months into our relationship, and that is quick, right? Not many people decide to get married so quick. Although, you know, in arranged marriages, this takes much shorter time, from the time that the arrangement happens to the time the wedding happens, and they live happily ever after, so it happens. But our marriage was a love marriage, and for love marriage, it is not common for people to meet and within 3 months decide to get married, and 8 months into relationship to already be married. So it did happen quite quick for us, but we knew that we met the right person. So I hope you guys found this interesting, and do let us know in the comment below if you wanted to see more videos of that kind of nature. I love talking about my relationship because I am so happy that I just want to share this happiness with the world. So I hope you guys loved it. Please let me know in the comments below if you wanted us to talk about any other things about our relationship. And yes, I hope to see you soon. Take care. Please don't forget to subscribe.